Good evening, everybody. How are you guys doing? We're so excited to be here once again for another entertaining Thursday night. Kyle, my cousin, what is going on,
Yes,
brother?
sir. Been waiting for this night all week. I look
Yeah.
forward to these Thursdays. You always hear people say that about their stream, but man, do I look forward to these Thursdays. And this one is special. We have our very first guest and one of our favorite people in general, but obviously one of our favorite people in the beard game.
Mhm.
So, standing at 6'7", 312 pounds of pure muscle. I'm trying to think of funny things. The master of disaster.
You've already ruined it.
I've already
So
ruined it.
let's just bring him on. Let's not keep you guys waiting any longer. We have none other than Mr. Mike himself from the Detroit Grooming Company.
Yeah, sell all my Dogecoin. Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Love it.
Oh, that was perfect.
How are you guys doing? Thank you for having me on, by the way. I'm more excited, I think, than maybe Kyle might be. I don't know. He did give me the probably the biggest, like physically the biggest intro. 6'7".
Right. 6'7",
Man.
312, pure muscle.
Dude, see, when he was doing that, I thought he was trying to describe his dream girl or something.
No. I'm all in. You never have to reach up in cabinets anymore. You don't have to worry about any of that.
Man.
You go to the orchard, easy pickings. So
there you go.
I'm all in.
Man, 6'7". What I wouldn't do just to be 6 foot.
Right.
Me too. I'm only 3 inches away. Just imagine.
Okay. That's the funny thing about YouTube. Like, you never know how tall people are or anything like that.
Yeah.
Someone was
giant personalities.
Yes, you just see giant personalities. I don't remember a while ago, someone was like, Joe, I'm guessing you're taller than Kyle. And I got Joe by like a foot or something like that.
Literally almost a foot.
Yeah, that's what happens when people assume, right?
Yeah. For sure.
So let's see who we got in here. We got Chops Bearded Wolf, Bearded Vado, Magic City Mike, what's going on? Bushy Beard, Beards Dignified Grant, what's going on, brother? Donald, Chris, Rob, Bearded Togs, Jonathan, John Bloombeards, what's going on, dude? El Tomahawk, Faithfully Tyson, Suicide, Disney Beardsman. The list goes on. Ron, what's going on? Michael Zarati. Okay. We got Detroit Grooming Liz in the house. Okay.
Look at that.
Okay, showing some support.
Yeah. I love when the ladies for sure. Yeah. What's up, Liz? So we got someone saying, I try Mackinac so bad. Well, no spoilers, but stick around, guys. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Who else, man? We got them piling in here. Hey, what's up, Michael? So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. We were talking about this right before we went live. We went up, so last December, was that 14 months ago?
Yep.
We were going to hang out with Dan for the weekend, and we made it a point to stop and meet Mike and check out Detroit Grooming. And we were just saying how long, that's over a year ago now, which is crazy. Such a good time. We had to throw that picture. Did you catch that picture, Mike, from our meet? So we had to throw that in there, dude. So first of all, man, huge fan. Love your products. Love everything you're doing. Congratulations on all your success. So talk to us about Detroit Grooming. Like, what's new? What are some of your goals? What's been going on with Detroit lately?
Well, our goal, just like any entity, is to take over the world. We're doing it slowly. We're going a beard at a time. I'm sure you've heard that tagline before. So excited for what's coming here in 2021. But over and above everything else, I'm a huge fan of you guys as well. So thank you very much again for having me. 2020, rough year for like just about everybody. In terms of like business wise, the outpouring of support was so tremendous. It's hard to measure these things. It's hard to say thank you to every single person. I try anytime I do like live streams or hop on with good folks like yourself. I just say I am so grateful for 2020. Like, it was horrifying, and so many folks lent their support. It's huge. And it's allowing us to express and do more in 2021, which is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
We've made great connections, great relationships over the past, since we started 7-8 years ago. Great relationships, friendships that are going to last an entire lifetime, if not beyond. I don't know what happens beyond, so don't ask me. But
right.
If there is a beyond, we're all friends. But the outpouring of support has allowed me to sit in this chair, to be able to talk to you and still have a company to discuss or plans to discuss. So without each and every one of you guys, everybody in the comments, I love all of you. Thank you very much for your support.
Yeah, I know a lot of kind words already coming through the comments. I'm already seeing the DGC the best, and honestly, anybody who wants to make that argument, you're really not going to get an argument from me.
Right.
You guys are, and like Kyle mentioned, we had the privilege to see firsthand why a lot of people consider you guys the best. We got to see a little bit behind the scenes. We got to see the professionalism. We got to see, just all the hard work that you guys put into each and every single one of your products and accessories and anything that's not just beard related, but men's grooming related. And man, was that one of, just put beard stuff aside. One of the best overall experiences that I've had, because I really got to see how a good professional business is ran, and I got to see firsthand a company doing it the absolute right way. So,
well, thank you. It was awesome having you guys down, and we'd get visitors coming in and give them the tour and that kind of thing, and they never get old. I love doing it, and I can't wait to be doing it again, and having folks come in and tour the facility, take pictures, maybe pour butter, do cool things in the lab with us. I'm really excited for that. And even sitting in front of you guys, I do meetings all day, Zoom calls, all that stuff, and I've got this mask on, so just having the ability to talk to you guys and see my beard, and for folks to see my beard, we really only get to see each other's faces at lunch, like when we sit to eat lunch at the lab. So it's like little things that you miss. But one of the big things is having visitors come in, so I can walk them around. I don't know how else to say it other than I'm so extremely proud of this company. I'm extremely proud of its customers. I'm proud of our processes, and most of all, I'm proud of our team, because you can't do all these things yourself. You'd be woefully lost doing them yourself. But to walk people through and introduce members of the team to them, it's kind of again a point of pride to do so. So I can't wait to get back to that. What I'd like to do, maybe give everybody a tour here on YouTube coming up pretty soon. Walk you guys through the lab and just treat the camera like it's one of you guys, and just walk you through and give you the whole talk. I think that has a lot of value right now with the world being the way it is. But appreciating and feeling appreciative and grateful every single day, it keeps you light on your feet, because there isn't a whole lot that can knock you back, push you down, or hold you there. Some stuff might set you back slightly, but as we know, that's why people go to the gym, right? They go to the gym, they work out. I unfortunately don't do it nearly as much as I should. We got the exercise bike here and that kind of thing, but that resistance.
Wait, what's an exercise bike?
I have no idea.
You're talking to two guys who've maybe stepped foot into a gym, maybe when we had to in gym class.
Right, in college.
When we had to. Yeah, that resistance, though, that resistance is building muscle, and that muscle makes you stronger. So the next time you face that resistance, you're stronger doing it. So, any kind of like small setback, or what might appear to someone else to be a large setback or a damaging, something damaging, that you just continue. And by continuing, you're working out so many things. You're working out your mental strength. You're working out your fortitude, your resilience. And a lot of business has to do with persistence. So a pandemic isn't going to stop us. not being allowed, not having strangers or folks, even if we know you guys, for instance, having to come in and walk through and do all that kind of cool stuff that we used to do. I'll find a way. We'll find a way to make sure that folks get a look at the inside of DGC, see these handmade processes, see these handmade products. I think it's really important. No one out there knows like who the CEO of Coca-Cola is, but if you do, I'll give you a bazillion pennies, because I don't even know who it is. He's not giving you tours of his factory. You're not able to talk to that guy. You can't message him. You can't ask him about your order, or it's so cool to have this connection. I think we're in that time just before the rug got pulled out from under us, but we're in that time of connecting in a way a company has never connected to its customers before. And social media being that linchpin for this whole thing. It's powerful. It's powerful. It will never, though, ever replace having boots on the ground, having folks walking through the lab, giving them a big hug before they leave. It's never going to replace that. But we're gonna do our best. We're gonna persevere, and we're gonna find ways to do some of the cool stuff we used to do digitally for now. And hopefully, and we have all the hope in the world, things turn around. We're right back where we were. I think it's going to be weird for a little while, but I think we'll be all right. I think we'll get right back to it fairly quickly.
Yeah, that's the hope. Well said, Mike. Well said, brother. Yeah, you guys, everyone coming in, guys, welcome to the show. Getting a bunch of love for DGC, bunch of love for Mike.
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
everyone being here.
Yeah. Before I ask my next question, I know there was a question, but I don't want to lose it. Bearded Billy was wondering if your unscented butter is available.
Right now, it is not. It'll be available in the fall, and we've had such an avalanche of requests for it that there's a good chance something like that stays in line. Right now, we do have a partner on Amazon. The name of their business is Farleigh on Amazon, Farleigh. Not the classical spelling, but whatever. You can hop on Amazon, and I think he's got some. Hunter's Creek is what it's called. I think he has some left. You can scoop it up. If not, I'm a big liar pants, but don't hold it against me.
Okay. Great question. I'm assuming Michael will, like I said, the first one to try. So if you're asking me, Mike, you got to go Corktown, man. Got to go Corktown.
It's the classic. It's the very first. That's the guy that's won so many awards worldwide. It's unstoppable. It's continued and consistent year after year after year. When we look at our velocity report, and when we look at our our usage, we just did this today. We just took a look. I don't know. We just looked at it today.
Both are good.
You guys, none of you guys in the comments, neither of the cousins are here for my my wonderful oratory skills. So stay tuned for more mistakes. But when we looked at those reports, I mean, it's Corktown consistent. It's consistently Corktown. The beard conditioner giving Corktown a total run for its money, being that it's newer product and also consistently hanging in the top 5. It's kind of crazy. Now they're trading back and forth on a constant basis. But in terms of scent, if you want to get into it, Corktown is a great place to start. It's a sweet tobacco. The vanilla and the cedarwood round that scent out very nicely. It's a sweeter scent. But like I was saying about the beard conditioner, I think a lot of the success of the beard conditioner comes down to the wonderful ingredients. In part and parcel to those ingredients is the scent itself, which is 313. That toasted vanilla and amber, that's outstanding. You can't go wrong with that either. And then you can kind of delve in. But if you're not keen on sweeter scents, Black, Belle Isle, and now some of these limited edition scents are also off the farm in terms of sweetness. So you have a lot to choose from. I'll say that.
Oh yeah,
for sure. There's so many great comments. It's funny because someone's like, "What should I start with?" I think we've seen in the last 30 seconds every single scent you have. Right. Everyone has their own favorite.
Right. We even still have some Christmas scents, being thrown out there too as a good first scent. So and I'm sure Michael. I don't know how much of a help that was, but literally, I mean, you there's something there for you. You know, there's definitely something there. You know, I think between Kyle and I think we've tried just about everything. I would say just about.
I think I did not try the Christmas one, but when we were at Dan's house, he let me smell it because I think that's when it came out last year at Christmas. I think, but I definitely smelled it.
Yeah,
it was really nice. But yeah, we filmed our review. Our review is dropping on Saturday for DGC, guys. Make sure you check it out. We kept saying in the video, we're like, we want to touch on all these scents because we love them, but we're gonna move quick because we don't want a 45-minute video.
Yeah,
I'd watch it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's not, I guess technically it's not our first DGC review, because while Kyle was gone, I did do that video on your guys' pomade. However, though, this in our just over a year of existence, this is our first beard product review for DGC. Don't know why, don't ask us why it took so long, but I guess better late than never. And I think the timing's perfect. You know, we got you on here right now to really get people excited for Saturday. We have a lot of awesome things to say and things like that. It's going to be a very exciting review that we're finally excited to release. So
for sure.
I like how Joe just rolled right through that. Like, I'm not going to shame you. We'll take that offline, though. I don't want to embarrass anybody here, but you guys should have done a review long time ago. But no,
I hear it.
I'm excited because I mean that means that you guys have all this pent up review energy. So I'm excited to see what you guys have.
Yeah, and the thing is you know, when we first started, you know, so many people were doing, you know, Detroit Grooming reviews, as they should have. And the thing is, you know, it's so easy to just get caught in the bunch and caught in the group. And, you know, as, you know, having the experience that Kyle and I did visiting with you, and then just being, you know, fans and, you know, users of your products from even before we became reviewers, you know, we wanted it to be a good time video. We wanted it to be a time where people be like, you know, yeah, there's so many new companies, but you know what? Not only is Detroit Grooming still around, but they're still doing big things. And, you know, I feel like this is a good reminder that you guys are still around and you guys are still doing big things. So I'm actually really happy for the timing.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think you're absolutely right. Sometimes you get to be a voice in a like a drop in the sea in a raging storm. So sometimes you get drowned out big time with reviews and that kind of thing. So I kind of when this whole review culture kind of started, and I call it a culture the same way we'd call beard culture a culture, because you know, this is something that starts very small and kind of springs out, kind of like bacteria, but not in a bad way.
I know what you mean.
So the growth,
not like that COVID stuff, but you know, like
yeah, I wasn't gonna say that. Shame.
See, we told you I have less of a filter on here than I do in the reviews.
Hey, listen, man, I'm getting loose on some LaCroix, so you might hear me say something.
Nice.
Okay?
You're putting me to shame. All I have is the Mellow Yellow from Arby's.
Mellow Yellow? I haven't had that since like the 8th grade. Oh my gosh.
That's
I'm going to have to circle back on that. But yeah, the review culture was amazing because right when it sprung up, you had some folks who were doing very unique things. Then that kind of like you had folks who were like anti-reviewers. You know what I'm saying? It was very interesting. They would like get popular products and then trash them on YouTube. Unfortunately, it's never happened to Detroit Grooming because it would be hilarious to see that. But you see this kind of like ebb and flow of like this review culture, and I love it. I think it's so great. But you're right. Just like anything else, just like being a beard company or a grooming company, you can easily get drowned out by all the voices. It's not terribly bad, but you need to find ways to make yourself unique. And I'm speaking on the beard game because I know review game is it's got its own things. But in the beard game, finding authentic ways to remain and be unique is really important. When we look at things just simply, somebody mentioned Sturgis. Detroit Grooming was the first butter I tried. I've used a ton of others since then from a ton of companies, and DG butter is still up there in my top butter. Well, thank you, sir. Back to the program. For instance, this, you know, the uniqueness of this bottle there's so much real estate on it versus, your standard round 1 ounce Boston style. And we chased after it. We looked for unique containers. We looked for unique ideas for just how we deliver that product to you. We get some flack for it about the droppers, and we get some flack about not having a resistor. But at the end of the day,
skip that part in our review on Saturday. Then
I can't wait. Can't wait. But even dispensing that product is unique to itself, and those are all tying into memory. So when you're using Corktown and you're using that sweet pipe tobacco, and maybe you have no connection to it at all, now you do. It's this unique process that you're running through, and I mean, that's very important. So in the review game, I'm sure there's tons of stuff that you can try to do to be unique and interesting and authentic. And you guys have done that. I mean, what other two cousins are hopping on YouTube doing anything you guys are doing, or even on Instagram? It doesn't exist. You are, you might think you're a voice in this raging storm, but really you have a unique proposition and an authentic one as well, because you're a couple of good dudes. So, I only see growth coming from that. It's just your persistence, as I said earlier, your perseverance. That's what's going to keep driving numbers for you guys and bring people to come view and listen to what you have to say, because you have some authority in this department.
Thank you.
I appreciate that, man.
So you heard that from Mike himself. So if you guys are in here and you have not subscribed, maybe consider.
Somebody better hit that like button. I don't want any.
Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. So, Hey, Chris, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for stopping in here.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
So, Mike,
Tyson is saying, "Are you ready for a big day tomorrow?"
Yeah. We are. I want to say woefully ready, but we are absolutely ready. We had poured the butters, made the oils. It's kind of like a Christmas thing, you got to hang the stockings. It's all that. We've got everything you guys could possibly need in terms of the release. We made hundreds and hundreds, so hopefully it'll hold out. It held out today. We released it on the app first. We typically are going to do that henceforth. Moving forward with new product, we'll release on the app the day before. We'll give you guys a heads up. I usually do a live stream on Instagram. And the last couple of times, I think with Redbox, we did it as well. We had Brad pushing the button to turn it on, turn the listings on. So we are ready for these orders, and we can't wait for you guys to get these products and smell them and smell Sturgis. I know Sturgis has been dormant for quite some time. Mackinac, we released the butter last year. I don't think we brought the oil back last year, but we brought the butter out last year. And then before that, an entire year without it. So these are kind of throwback scents in a lot of ways. And Sturgis, I'm telling you, the flood hasn't stopped for inquiry on when we're going to do Sturgis again. And it's one of my favorite clean scents, like a very smooth leather scent. There isn't any kick off of it. Sometimes you get a burny feeling off of leather because it hits the back of your nose in a very unique way, because it's very open. So with the other ingredients that we have in there in terms of scent, like the bergamot, like the cardamom, it's very smooth. It smells great. And especially in mask, I was saying that earlier today in my live stream, when you put some scents on and you throw the mask on, obviously it's 10x, what it was without the mask. So you kind of want something open that isn't like too closed off. Sweet scents tend to be closed-ended, and they feel that way. You're in a constant loop of sweetness, and you feel like you can't get out sometimes. But the openness of this leather scent is incredible under the mask. It just feels so good. And then, of course, the Mackinac right here, the Dan C collab. You can see his logo kind of show up in the background every time that logo pops.
Yeah, that bottle is sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah, and with this one, that is my throwback image of our first bottles and containers. That was our company logo in the background here.
Wow.
And just awesome. Throwing it back, back in the day, like an old man would. And there it is, right there. That's our OG logo. And to let you guys know, these scents smell great together as much as they smell great apart. So they're a great partner since. I oil in the morning with Mackinac. I've been doing that since we poured these. So I've been oiling in the morning with Mackinac and buttering with Sturgis right before I walk out the house. And then we'll put the mask on. I can't wait. Can't wait to get it on because I can't wait to be in that, clean scent. So I'm super excited for you guys to get these. If you have not tried Mackinac or Sturgis, you guys are in for an absolute treat. They're really good.
Yeah, I know I got to get that Sturgis. That Sturgis sounds absolutely amazing. So
yes, yeah.
And it was funny that you mentioned that they pair well together. I remember I watched I think it was a YouTube video that you had up, and you talked about pairing your black scent with my all-time favorite scent in Belle Isle, and I tried it.
Tell me about it.
Real. I can't because those are two sets that they should not work together the way they do. And that
does sound good.
Dude, they are incredible. In fact, our intern, she asked me, she got an email from one of our customers who had asked, what's a good mix or a good blend, a solid blend? And when she asked me, I was like, are you serious? Did you not watch the YouTube video? So I just basically walked her to the front of the store and I opened up black, had her smell it separately, had her smell Belle Isle separately, and then together. And you could see like her eyes get that much bigger because it's so crazy how well they play off of each other. It's almost like they were just absolutely meant to be together. The scent is incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what do you say we have a little fun here? We got a few. There's like a fly in front of me. Light. I know. I was like a few lightning round. Joe left us.
Well, Joe, it was nice while it lasted.
Right, Mike. What did you say to offend Joe? What the heck, man?
I texted him a bunch of like super bad stuff, like rated.
I figured it was something of the sort. So no, let's go ahead and get to these. I'm sure he'll be back.
Meanwhile, Kyle's literally crossing his fingers because Joe could have just decided to go to 7-Eleven right now.
Right, exactly. No, he just texted me. My internet totally cut out.
Oh my gosh,
that stinks. That's all right. We're going to carry on. All right. Well, so we have two sets of lightning round questions. Okay. We're going to ask you some now and then towards the end, if that's cool. And then we got a few different topics as well. So this won't be as good without Joe here. And if you're a regular to the show, you'll get this. So, all right. So the first one, Mike.
Well, wait. Can I pause you real quick, Kyle?
Yeah.
I got to say goodnight to my boy. He's going to bed.
Oh, of course, man. Family first.
Say hi.
Hi.
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
He said, "How's it going?" He can't hear you. He said, "How's it going?"
Good.
Did you run into a wall? What happened there?
He said, "Did you run into the wall? What happened to your teeth?"
I lost 3 more teeth.
He lost 3 more teeth. I didn't do it. He just happened.
Natural causes.
All right. Good night, Habibi. I love you, Baba.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me do that. I gotta say goodnight to him. I can't.
Oh my gosh, dude! Family first. Our daughter is 6 months and our son is 2.5. So,
right.
I'm right there with you.
You know what's up.
Oh, for sure. There we go. The big guy's back.
See, I delayed it just to Joe. I did that for you.
Belle Isle and black together is so good that it will break your internet. It will.
I mean, it happened. It's everyone knows it. Everyone saw it happen. But Joe, I delayed Kyle. My son came over here to say goodnight. I delayed him just enough to get these lightning round questions.
Right. That was perfect. All right, we're diving right into it. So all three of us may answer some of them, but we'll keep rolling. Okay, we got a bunch of them for you, Mike.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Okay.
So, Mike, if someone isn't allergic, but they just naturally don't like peanut butter, is there something wrong with that person?
Yes.
Thank you.
Am I supposed to answer really fast?
As fast as you want.
As fast as you want.
I'm pretty sure of myself, even when I'm wrong.
My answer for that is just yes as well.
Okay.
Well, my answer to that is no.
So Joe is not allergic. He just doesn't like peanut butter. And I'm trying to find if there's another person on planet Earth who doesn't like peanut butter. I can't find anybody.
I think Joe's just being a contrarian. I don't think he actually dislikes peanut butter. He jumped off of this stream to scoop some Jiffy and just get it before the question gets
sounding a little sticky. All right, next question. All right.
Yeah, because I enjoy just having my mouth go the whole time.
He fights it. He fights it all day. Okay, next question. Favorite beard company other than DGC, if you had to pick, all time?
Oh my gosh. Dude, that's a raw question, man. That one burns. I don't know that I can answer that fairly because
that's okay.
I have,
if you can.
I got about 5 off the top of my head, but I could not like pick
between. If you want, throw a few out there real quick. If you want. If not, next question. No problem.
I'll go next question because hey man, I've kept my nose clean this entire time. I'm a big fan of everybody. So
I got you, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to pick against, or it's not against, but it's hard to pick away from the Tom Brady feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There are great quarterbacks out there. They're wonderful. But if you're going to put your money down on a guy, it's probably going to be that guy. It's probably going to be the Detroit.
Hey, we don't have to ask that question because we have a question. Is Tom Brady the GOAT?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you for going out of order, Joseph. All right.
I didn't even know we had an order, Kyle.
Mike, soup or salad?
Say again?
Soup or salad?
Oh my God, I thought you said super salad, which I actually make with different colored bell peppers and onions and lemon.
Wow.
Yeah, and olive oil and a little bit of salt, a touch of vinegar. It's called super salad. It's awesome. It's great for your health. But I will go soup on this one because I love soup.
Okay. I thought you were going to say salad. Okay, cool. All right. Off the top of your head, who's the hottest girl? Who's Mike's dream girl? Who's the hottest girl? Celebrity. We got to go celebrity so people know her.
I have to go celebrity? My wife's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Boy, snap.
If you want to answer, who was your dream girl when you were a teenager? Then.
Yeah, that's good too.
I love you, Joe. You just say things the right way sometimes.
And that's why Kyle needs me.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. You took all the edge off. You completely sanded the sharp edge down. I would say growing up in my youth that Jessica Biel was probably number one on my yeah, it was. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Are we talking like Seventh Heaven?
I have no idea what that is.
Never mind, man. It's a
Seventh
show.
Heaven was a show. Yeah.
The show. Yeah.
I think that was like her intro, her start.
Yeah. The beginning.
I don't think I ever saw her on that show. I never watched that show. It had to be a movie or something that put me on initially.
Yeah.
All right. So Joe and I both love barbecue. Do you have a smoker? / do you like eating barbecue?
I freaking love barbecue. I don't have a smoker, but now wish I did.
Okay. What is your favorite barbecue to eat and why?
Ribs, 100% of the time.
Nice.
And it's because they're freaking delicious. Next question.
Yeah. I almost want to end the stream. Like, how do you get better than an answer like that?
You're down. You're down. All other questions can go out the window.
Right. So we're both Joe's newer to the game. We're both huge barbecue fans. I just smoked a rack of baby backs tonight because we usually go St. Louis, and my wife and I wanted to kind of like try the difference. But barbecuing and beards are so similar. You need patience, and it's about technique. It's amazing.
I wasn't laughing at you, Kyle. Someone wrote Roseanne.
I know. I had to highlight that one. By the way, mine is Jennifer Lopez.
Is it really?
Can't go wrong.
Cheers to you, Joe.
I had her poster in my bedroom next to my Jessica's. Yeah, had my wife wouldn't allow me to put it in our new house, but she was right next to my Britney Spears and my Jessica Simpson poster.
Dude, you basically had a teenage girl's bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay, right on. Somebody said brisket all day. Camel Cam, you said brisket all day. I wasn't sure if you were answering the question about the smoking hot female or this one. But I want to say this about the ribs. I have tried St. Louis style, and I have tried to like it. Okay, I haven't had it in like a smoker. I haven't had it properly done. But baby back is the jam. It is
right. So I'm not arguing with you, but my answer to that is when you try and you're going to judge St. Louis, make sure you have someone cooking them right and cook them on a smoker. If you do St. Louis in the oven, which a lot of people do, like baby back oven, which is fine. I mean, rock on. They're not.
He is such a snob.
He is.
He's like, oven is fine, but I mean, if you could get it smoked, it's like.
I grew up on baby backs in the oven. That's
So you're like me with the air fryer. I got to let people know that I got the top of the line Mercedes-Benz air fryer. Okay,
no.
I got the racked and stacked version that does the rotisserie. But I have a bounce back lightning round question for you guys.
All right,
sweet.
Okay, dry rub or sauce?
Dry rub, and I will drop my mic on that.
Honestly, I like both. And we're going to say on baby back ribs.
Yes, baby back ribs.
I'm gonna go sauce, but I love them both. Shout out to Barbecue Steve.
I knew you, Kyle. Oh my God. Let me tell you, anybody I see with a smoker or any kind of barbecue Steve, you are literally the first person I think about. And I know for sure that they stole it from you or got it from you. For sure. You don't even have to say anything. I thought about you.
That's funny.
Well, you know what? Liz says, don't get Mike started on the air fryer.
So let me tell you guys about
Liz, I kind of want to get started on the air fryer.
I've been a whiz with this air fryer, man. I made like a stuffed salmon that I directly stole from Liz's cooking that she did like weeks and weeks ago, and then her mom sent her a picture of it, and then I forgot that Liz showed me that she made it, and then I made it and shouted out her mom, and now Liz is mad at me. It's a crazy world out there. Okay, this air fryer world, it's like battle bots with air fryers, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. I know. I got a fancy one too and spent a good penny on it, and I'll tell you, it's worth it. They're so nice.
Oh my gosh.
So
everything's delicious in there.
Few questions left real quick here. All right. So I was going to say, is Tom Brady the GOAT? You pretty much answered that already.
Yeah, I don't know. In this day and age right now, I don't know anybody who throws like that. I mean, Matthew Stafford for the Lions, that dude, I mean, if he was not on the Lions, he might give him a run. I mean, he's a stat god, Matt Stafford. Yes. But we can't win a stinking game. Yeah. But
and that's why Matt Stafford's on the Rams now.
Is he really on the Rams?
Wait, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Last week, big trade. Yeah.
Oh, it was a couple weeks ago. Yeah. You now have Jared Goff.
I don't even know who that is.
He was with the Rams. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys got Jared Goff and a whole bunch of first round picks.
No. Here's why, though. I'm going to tell you guys the GOAT is a very deep thing, because to me, Tom Brady is not just GOAT on the field and you see him doing that. It's the way he runs his teams. He is literally the captain of the ship, and there's no question about it. It doesn't matter what coach he's playing for, obviously, but he's just
some quarterback thing is ridiculous.
I'm telling you, he's like a polished marble statue.
Right.
This guy, he's like perfect in every way. So his Instagram, man, good luck. Follow that guy. And I unfollowed him real fast because I was like, I'm not spending my life trying to shut that down.
Exactly. So let me ask you this to piggyback off that. Is Tom Brady, let me word this the right way, is Tom Brady the most dominant player of all time on a team sport in like the major sports in America? Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. Is he the most dominant player of all time? So basically you're asking, is he more dominant than LeBron, Jordan, That's a good one.
Dominant? Is that what is the
like is he the most dominant player? Yeah.
Man, not really. But I only say this, or let me preface this again by saying the team Tom Brady has anywhere that he gels together, they're all that way, right? As a single player, championship rings and all that stuff, and also let me qualify anything I say from here forward to let you know I'm not a sportsy guy, but I love like stats. I like looking at stuff like that. But guys who really stand out, like Steve Yzerman, I'm just gonna go Red Wings here. Sergei Fedorov. You have Zetterberg. I mean, you got real like
Brandon Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, even in a lot of ways, shit.
Dude, I know nothing about hockey, but I remember how good Detroit used to be in the video games that I would play.
A lot of people are saying Jordan still.
Jordan he's sick, man. He's sick. And if you're going single player, like greatest, probably have to be Jordan in my mind. That we grew up on this guy, right?
Right. It's tough.
My answer is most dominant is LeBron James. It is. Because you look at I understand rings. Everybody, is going to go to rings as pretty much, the icing on the cake. But if you look at the Cavalier teams that he was on when he, was really in his prime. I mean, I'm a Cleveland fan. I can hardly name half the players on his team.
Wow, Jake Cruz coming in hot, man.
His dominant play took, no offense, but a bunch of nobodies deep into the playoffs and even into the championship against the Spurs.
Right.
But almost though, right? I mean, like almost.
So I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
So my answer.
No, I get it, and people are going to boot me for that, but if we're talking dominant. It takes a dominant person to literally by yourself take a bunch of nobodies and make them relevant.
Yeah.
Right. So my answer is Tom Brady.
What he did against the Detroit Pistons,
he doesn't.
When Ben Wallace was in his prime,
he doesn't.
Rip Hamilton.
Yeah, Rip.
Mm-hmm. We'll wait, Mike.
Yeah,
you done?
We're here for it, Joe. You just he's not. He's going. Let's see it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
So there's go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just gonna say, man, you just keep going. Seriously, I love it.
No, I do this every time, and Kyle yells at me, and
because of LeBron. This happens because of LeBron. You guys should not ask sports questions. You're leading that man down a dark path.
It's tough. So real quick, and then we'll move on. There's no right answer. I'm going to say Tom Brady because he was so dominant in New England, and everyone's like not everyone, but the haters were like he's a system quarterback. He's either 42 or 43. I think he's 42. He goes to a 5 or 6 win team and wins the Super Bowl and kicks the pants off the defending champs in the Super Bowl at 42 or 43. I mean, he has more rings than any franchise in the game he plays, which is insane. It's just so hard to argue with.
Yeah, it's his role. He takes. They believe in him. That's what you need. That's what you need out of what you guys need out of viewers. That's what we need out of customers. That's what we need out of employees. That's what we need out of all kinds of things. You need that belief that person is going to take you to the next level and give you a win. And it doesn't necessarily mean championship, to Joe's credit, that LeBron took them on the craziest journey they've ever been on. I mean, you can't poo-poo that at the same time. But I think Charlie Lyons up here said Ovechkin. I shout that out. I agree with that as well. Too many. You gave me another super complex question. So I appreciate it.
That's my bad. The rant from everyone. That's my fault. All right, last lightning round question until our next round in a little bit. Favorite music genre? I'm not going to make you list certain people or songs. That's too tough. What's your favorite music genre?
Definitely, I would say anything to do with Post Malone, but also punk rock. I know Post Malone isn't a genre. You guys can trash me in the comments, but I think he's a great artist. I like music.
You may not like his music. Some people may not like his music, but you can't deny how talented he could do any music genre he wants and absolutely kill it. So,
yeah, agreed.
I think Post Malone should be its own genre, honestly.
Post Malone is now a genre. Thank you, Joe.
Here we go.
Somebody write it down.
Post Malone is awesome. I like
Post Malone. Charlie's on my team, man. He's on my team. You're on my team, Charlie. Number one.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a few topics here to bring up, and then we have a quick story of mine, a quick embarrassing / funny story. What should we get to first, Joe?
Let's do your story. Let's ease up on some questions. Let's hear your story.
Okay. So So it is a funny story, and then it kind of leads into a question, but it's more like, how would you handle it? All right. So I work for a really large auto insurance company, and I'm a supervisor, and I have 16 people on my team, and we used to use Skype to like IM each other and stuff, and we're a really close team, really awesome people, and we just switched to Microsoft Teams. But leadership in our company, because we're salary, and like if the stuff hits the fan, we need to basically work 24/7. It's a rarity. But point is, we get IM and emails on our phones now. So the day I introduced Microsoft Teams to my team, they're IMing and stuff. They have no idea that I have the capability of seeing the IMs on my phone. So so that evening, when I first introduced it to my team, I turned the notifications on, and it's like 30 at night. My wife and I are like sitting on the couch, watching TV, whatever. And I turn it on, and it's like bam, 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 and they're just coming in. And I'm like, what's going on? So I'm looking, and it's just my team chatting, and I'm like, oh, cool. So one person goes, so Kyle's been our supervisor for about a year and a half. What do you guys think of him?
Oh boy.
And I'm like,
review time.
I'm like, do I turn the phone off?
Employee evaluation survey time.
Do I IM them and say, hey guys, just so you know, I'm still in here. I'm on my phone. It was like a sitcom. Like all this stuff happens to me. I'm like, my wife looks at me. She's like, what's that face for? I'm like, what do I do? And she's like, just see what they say. So it was too funny. Luckily, there was only nice things that was said, because that would have been awkward. But man, it was just too funny. So what would you have done, Mike? Would you have sat there and be like, all right, I got to see this?
No, I would have jumped in the comments immediately and let them know that I could see it by saying, okay, hey guys, tomorrow let's do whatever. I would jump in and stop it. It's not because I wouldn't want to see it, because anybody would. I mean, deep down inside, but I don't want to lose anything or gain anything by reading those messages. But that is a situation. That is that would put me through thinking before I started typing something in.
Right.
Yeah. So, I'm in the social work field. So we have the social work code of ethics that it's our Bible. Like, that's what we follow. That's our guidelines to being, a successful and efficient social worker. And honestly, as much as I would want to just sit there and listen to what they would have had to say about me, ethically, I couldn't do it. That would be an actual a violation of some sort of my social work background and stuff. So I would have jumped in and said, hey, just so you guys know, I know we're all new to Microsoft Teams. Exactly. We can see this is how the IMs work. So do a group chat via text message.
And then, at the end, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. I was just going to say, I have some switch inside of me that would go off, and I would immediately stop it, because I don't know. It's not that I wouldn't want to know, but I think I would want to hear that in a more structured way. So right. If you want to congratulate and back pat and tell me how great I am or whatever, I'd rather it happen in like a more formal environment than you're reading about it in some message that they thought was a secret, right? Because then then it feels like you stole something, because eventually they're going to find out that you could see it. Right.
Yeah. So the following week, when we had our a team meeting, I was like, hey guys, just following back up on Microsoft. I was like, it's kind of cool because I can do everything on my phone, everything. And so it hasn't happened. Nothing like that has happened since. But now I wanted to ask Joe. I wanted to follow up. Now you talking about with your coworkers, because it's two different situations. I know ethically, but ethically for me, no one would be like, you should have done this, you should have done that, work wise. I told my boss about it. She laughed.
So social work, the code of ethics is when I say it's a social worker's Bible and guide of life when it comes to their career, you got to follow it. And that means how you appropriately interact with your coworkers, of course, your clients, but management, anything like that would present what's called an ethical dilemma. That would present an in-house ethical dilemma that would force me to make an ethical type decision that could impact how I am as an actual social worker.
Gotcha. Good comment here. They're saying if it's like your daughter, like talking about boys, they're like, I couldn't listen to that. That's fair.
Yeah, there's definitely something there to it, and letting them know, and stopping the flow. It's a good idea. Bearded cheesehead, just gotta wait. You just got a big Kyle wave right there.
Yes, I never want to cut anyone off, so I always do the wave.
No, that's excellent. But thinking about, whether or not you really needed to see that information, but more or less, like, is it required to have a sit down? Like I saw, I think it was some Charlie Lyons or somebody put up that to have a town hall or forum or whatever is like. Maybe it has nothing to do with that. Maybe it's not that kind of a thing where you need to have a sit down talk and everybody needs to like come to the table type of a thing. Maybe it's just an off the cuff thing, and then you're going to take it too seriously, or people joke about each other too, and like say stuff. It's just the nature of a human being. So, but for me, if I don't see it, read it, hear it, or whatever, it's just less for me to expend my energy on and thinking. And now I'm churning. Now the gears are turning, and I'm wasting time figuring out if if Brad hates my guts. I'll just walk up and ask Brad if he hates me, or if Liz wants to wring my neck because I let a cat out of the bag in terms of a new product or something like that. It really, I would much rather joke about it and walk up and confront it in a funny way, or whatever, because I know it's not serious, than to read it and then think that because text notorious for miscommunication, misinformation, or misunderstanding. So if I read something and it was a joke between some folks and I took it seriously, I'd only have myself to blame at that point for seeing it.
Well said. Well said. Yeah, this was just so.
So, in other words, Kyle, you handled everything 100% wrong. Good job. I'm just kidding.
Earlier, Kyle. Now we can grow and move on. Just kidding.
right.
We can grow.
I was just like, only me, man, in these situations. What would have been bad is like it could have gone south. Like if someone on the team was like, he's a scumbag, I can't stand him, and I knew this information, and someone would have been like, well, you were biased at that point. That would have been bad. Yeah. But it all worked out.
Good. I'm glad.
For sure. Joe, what else we got tonight, man?
All right. Mike, what was your very first job, and what was your experience like at that first job?
The fireback question for you is, do you really want to know what my first job?
If you have to ask, then absolutely.
My first job was I was 15, just turning 16, and I think that was the legal age at the time. I had to have my parents sign some paper to tell them that they can enter me into slavery at a store, which was our local grocery store, or local to the Midwest, I would say. Meyer. I used to push carts. And that was my very first job, and bag groceries. And I remember, if I may elaborate on this one little piece, I remember, yes, Donald, I am. I was born in Detroit, St. John's Hospital, 1979. I'm as old as Tom Brady, but nothing as good or as good looking. When I was bagging,
you can never grow a beard like you. I don't care what anybody
says.
Dude,
you just made my night. Pack your bags. We're going on vacation. But no, you just made my night, man. That's very true. Oh no, what if when he retires, he grows a sick beard? Oh, I'm gonna be so.
Let's cross that bridge when it comes.
He's got that beautiful butt chin, though. If I had a butt chin like that, I don't know if I cover it up. That thing's gorgeous. Like he's known that.
You're right. You're also right about that. I don't know, but if we see it, we're getting back on this thing. We're doing this thing again.
I don't think Giselle would let him. I really don't.
Charlie Lyons and Mike might be separated at birth here. This is crazy.
At this point, I mean, we're going to Charlie's house. Pack your bags.
I'm starting to wonder how much free product you offer Charlie to say these.
Right.
Too darn much. But I was bagging groceries. I was sloppy, right? I'm a kid. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just there for a couple of bucks and to learn, like when my dad said, you got to learn, how to communicate with people and all this stuff. Because honestly, high school was terrible, terrible place. But when I was bagging groceries, this elderly gentleman was watching me bag his stuff, and he let me, watched me, just trash his groceries essentially, because I'm just putting everything in a bag. There's no order. There's nothing. I don't care.
Right. Like, were you smashing bread loaves?
Bro, I think I put bread down first. Bottom. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
and then chips, and then bananas and oranges.
Well, right. See, if I I've never done that, but I can imagine me at 15 being like, well, bread is soft like a pillow, so shouldn't everything lay on it?
That's right.
Only makes sense.
It seems like logic to me, but
Joe saved the day again.
But he told me that I should pay attention to all that I do and to try to be the best at whatever I'm doing. And then he walked away, and this soft music started playing, and the sun was setting. And this, in that moment of like being a kid and having this older guy watch you destroy his groceries, and he's just even keeled. He let me know that I need to pay attention and try to be the best at what I'm doing. Dude, I was like, I'm going to be the best bagger ever. And then I got fired.
Oh, you know what though?
I got fired for not being able to work on Sunday because we used to go to church, and they needed me to work on Sunday. I told them I couldn't. And then they started scheduling me down to like a small 2-hour shift. And I was like, what is happening?
So basically, that makes sense. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Well, that guy, what he said to you stuck with you though,
Yeah. My whole life. Yeah.
So look at that. So my first job was at McDonald's. And I worked there from the time I was 14 to the summer going in college when I was 18 or 19. And it was a great first job. Bought a car, spending money through high school. I enjoyed it. I became assistant manager when I was like 16 years old.
Dude, Kyle, you crush me, man. I bagged a couple of things and some old dude threw me some advice and walked away. This is what you did with your time at McDonald's? Dude, I couldn't buy a pack of gum with what I was making at Meijer. I started in the wrong place. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Wow. By the way, Meijer made its way.
I really don't want to rain on you, but I mean, that was kind of like the exact same thing for me, except my first job was Domino's Pizza. I started at 14. By 16, I was a shift manager. And as soon as I got my driver's license, even though you were supposed to be 18 to deliver, as soon as I got my driver's license, my boss had me starting delivering pizzas. And then, yeah.
You both are golden. You know what? You guys are two Tom Brady's sitting across from a Matt Stafford over here. That's what's happening. You got all the rings, all the fancy things.
Dude, Matt Stafford is probably the most underrated quarterback because of what he's had to deal with.
What am I doing over here?
You're making my point.
Sorry.
All right, Joe. Let's carry on. Are we gonna give something away?
You better
get here.
You better believe it.
All right.
Do you want me to tell them what it is?
Joe, do you want to do that now, and then we'll finish the lightning round questions?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Here's a question: how are we going to resolve who, in fact, will win this beautiful things or these beautiful things?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a random number.
Oh, okay, that's easy. After being a bagger, bad and bearded, it made you anal about your grocery. So all more power to you, whatever you're into. Cold stuff with cold, dry with dry, and so on. You're correct. And the curious thing I learned was to use the boxes of mac and cheese or cereal to shore up the sides of the bag, and then you load the middle with the with other things like ketchup or whatever. You put all the stuff in the middle, but you've created essentially a wall, so that even when you grab the handles and you pick the bag up, the boxes tilt in, but don't pinch your hand. It's it's what we do. You got to perfect the craft of bagging.
Right.
This is
What's up, man?
awesome. So Carrie from Define says his first job was selling pagers at the mall.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What's a pager?
That is amazing.
Pagers were around.
Dude, my dad had a pager for Ford because he worked at Ford Motor Company 30-something years. And he had a pager and he hated it because his boss would page him. You know, Ford, sometimes these guys, they go screw off somewhere and they go take extended lunches and they, you know, just that kind of thing. It's how it was in the 90s and the early 2000s. But he hated his pager. He would like purposely drop it in the toilet. He'd fill it with water so it would go bad. But I used to love his pager, man. When his pager went off, I'd like run to look at the little screen because there's nothing like it at that time. You know, we didn't have the flippy phones and the exciting little iPhones and stuff like that. You had a pager. That was the sickest thing you could have.
Right.
In my history book, sick burn. Fire right now.
Dude, for my 10th birthday, I got a Game Boy Color. That was big, man. And that was 1999. It wasn't that long ago.
I love the Game Boy Color. You know what I used to rock on the Game Boy Color?
Let me guess.
Yellow.
What was it?
Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I loved? Love that hat. Okay. That hat is sick. I loved Frogger. Remember Frogger?
Oh yeah, dude. Frogger just
So much fun.
There's one right now. Kyle, you got to get this game on your phone. It's called Crossy Road. And it's
Steph plays that. My wife plays that all the time.
Oh, dude,
Road?
easily the best distraction anywhere. Yeah, anytime you're waiting, like at the line at the store while you're watching a kid crush your groceries, you just flip up Crossy Road and you just try to cross the freeway. It's Frogger on steroids.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and give this away. So, Mike, is that what we're doing? All right.
I'm giving away. Oops. I keep meaning to turn the butter in my.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. We're no pros either. We can't do it.
What I want to do with these, and Liz is going to make sure that I get these out if she's still in here. If she's not in here, whoever wins, I'm sorry, but I'm going to sign these and get them out to you. These were a couple of the very first ones poured, so I'm going to I'll number them and that whole thing, and I'll send them out to you. It'll go out.
This is a huge giveaway. Huge giveaway.
Big time.
Are we sure we just want to do numbers for this? Like, I feel like I have like a Super Bowl question I could ask that will make people work for that.
Yeah,
that's a tight one. You guys gotta, yeah.
Trying to think of one that would all involve the three of us, but I say we go number.
Okay.
Only because I want to make it fair because it's a big one.
Yeah, and then what's random? Yeah, somebody in here is a freaking statistician. You're gonna get burned, Joe.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's on Barstool. Made $3,000 the other day on the game. You're gonna get burned on that.
Right, you're right. Okay.
Feels like that was me. All
right, guys. So we have a combo oil butter, the new stuff. No joke. All right. Only enter once. All of a sudden, we have 37 people in here. When the word giveaway goes out on YouTube, it just like spreads like the coronavirus.
Wait, how many did we have? 36?
No, yeah, we had like 32 before. I'm just teasing.
This is unbelievable. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Actually, you know what? On second thought, let's not do a giveaway. I'm just kidding.
It just crashed.
Right. Back down to 15.
Weird. How do you have -1 people in here?
Right. Under your computer for all the names went,
Right. All right, guys. Please only enter once. We're doing a combo oil butter from Detroit Grooming.
Vado is the man. We do not want any crying for the prioritizing. Of course, you guys know how this goes. You guys have all. I know everyone in here has done a giveaway. So whatever comes up first on Kyle's screen, you're the winner. And
all right, guys, go ahead.
Congratulations.
You good?
You're good. Yep.
All right, go ahead and give me a number. When I say go ahead and give me a number 1 through 20. Go ahead and go. 1 through 20. Go ahead and go. Look at that.
I'm signing this with a gold marker. It's not real gold, though, you guys. Don't get crazy. I'm signing this with a gold marker. It's a Sharpie, whatever Sharpie gold's made out of. Maybe it is. Maybe it's 24 karat pure goodness. Who knows?
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful, man. All right, guys, go ahead and stop. We have a winner relatively early. Give me 1 second. Let me verify this. And I see the number was guessed a few times. Hang on.
Someone put a G. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Brian, it were numbers, my man, numbers. 1 through
So
20.
Brian, he's an amazing supporter of the channel. He's actually my childhood. He's my best friend. We've known each other since first grade. He refuses to grow a beard, but he still supports.
Right.
That's like you refusing to admit peanut butter is delicious. Can you imagine?
It's just a lot.
Can you imagine?
All right, guys. The lucky winner is Donald Long with the 16 bomb.
That guy's
Throw some love in the chat for golf clap. Congrats, man. What's the best way, Donald? Should you have Donald reach out to you on IG with an address? Do you want us to get it for you? What do you think?
Just reach out directly to my email, which is mike@detroitgrooming.com, and put your address in there.
mike@detroitgrooming.com.
That's 2 O's, Kyle.
Charlie must have missed it. He said, "What was the trivia question?"
I was going to ask, what was the how many total passing yards did Tom Brady have in the Super Bowl?
Oh, wait. You were going to ask how many total passing yards?
I wanted to see who had the quick fingers.
201.
201. Donald, congrats, man. Donald, have you tried Detroit Grooming yet? Because if not, your life is about to change, my man. And you know what's funny? So I don't know if he's in here. I think he missed it. And I give him a shout out in the video, but my brother is a huge DGC fan. Huge. And I'm lucky enough. I get a ton of product. I can't keep it all. He's usually my number one that I give it to. I give him so much stuff, and I'm not because you're on the string. I swear, I am not making this up. When I give him something, I go, something in Detroit Grooming yet? And he goes, really good, but no. Every single time.
Dude, your camera was breaking up. I did not hear your statement. It like froze for a second and then it continued on. Did that happen for you, Joe?
Yeah.
Well?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, it was like you told the punchline and I completely missed it.
Oh, dude, no worries.
Say it again?
So I give my brother a lot of stuff, and I always message to him. I say something better than Detroit Grooming. He always goes, really good, but no, not better than Detroit. I'm not. I am not. Steve, if you're in here, tell Mike I'm telling the truth. I don't know.
It is true because we've done some top 5 videos, and and Steve will be the first to point out why either Detroit Grooming wasn't higher on the list or things like that. So he's all about it.
He's watching out for us. Steve, yes. If you're out there, I love you, brother. And also Kinsman's in here. Just want to shout out to Kinsman. I probably missed all these guys. Vato. I already said hi to Barbecue Steve, and I already fluffed his ego. He's awesome. But check his beard.
Like that guy needs it anymore. But good job, Mike.
Dude, that dude's beard is it's like the density of what like Zeus's beard would be. Thank you. It isn't actually money. You just put it in your beard. It's good for your hair and skin. I'm kidding.
What's up, man?
Well,
John's Tyson. Copper, you've been in here for a while, and I feel like I didn't say hello to you. What's going on, man?
Did we miss Tyson? There he is.
Oh yeah, Copper's in here. I think you posted his comment up here a little earlier as well.
What's up, Tyson? So there's something I'm gonna ask a favor, Mike.
Yeah.
There's a question about an underrated scent, in my opinion, for DGC, but I don't want to ruin it for the review. So whenever you get time, could be a month from now, check out the review and let me know your opinion on this underrated scent. Because for all I know, you might be like, it's not underrated. It sells a ton. I actually got it when I was in your store. But I don't see a lot of hype about it, and I love it.
Orchard Lake?
What's that?
Orchard Lake? I just took a stab in the dark. I thought you said you're going to drop the video tomorrow. Is it dropping tomorrow? Saturday. So I'm not going to wait a month, bro. I'm going to watch your video on Saturday.
I just didn't want to give you the pressure. I didn't want to be like, you watch it Saturday at 10 a.m. and have a comment by 10:30.
Listen,
We're gonna be those guys that like as soon as it drops, we're gonna send you the link and all your Instagram accounts and
Right now we have your email.
And your email. We're gonna send it. We're gonna send them to Liz to make sure that she gets them to you as well, just in case you don't respond right away.
Kyle's on the roof with a blanket and some burning wood. He's doing the smoke signal. I will watch your video. You guys, this is what I spend my time on anyways. I burn through YouTube so crazy fast. I have these, it's a giant list of people I'm subscribed to, and I run out of content. I know that sounds crazy because it seems like there's just this endless stream, but man, if you go to your favorite streamers and you go back to the beginning and you watch them all the way through, you could watch 5 years of content in one pandemic. Trust me, I've done it.
Wow. I hear you.
All it takes is one pandemic and you could watch endless amounts of YouTube.
Yeah, right.
I'm in, dude. I'm in. I'll watch it as soon as it hits. I got my notifications on. I got to turn my bell on.
As soon as you brought up Orchard Lakes, I think I counted 5 or 6 that said that they love it. No, excuse me if I have this wrong, but is Orchard Lakes the orange and vanilla, or am I off?
Correct.
Okay.
It is the delicious creamsicle scent that is of universal love. That scent combination. I mean, how do you even go wrong, man? It smells so freaking good.
Right.
But to me, because I've been doing this for so long, I've used the heck out of it. You know what I'm saying? I've had it in my beard for like over a year, straight. So I've just, all of these scents it's the same way for me, but I cycle in. And just to let you guys know about black, I used to hate it. So it gives you an idea of like how we change over time. I mean, this was I would say 3 or 4 years ago. I couldn't really stand it. I didn't really like it. My customers loved it, and I couldn't explain why. And then, when I got kind of like peeled off of the sweeter scents, when I started to come off of Corktown a little bit as well, I went to the black, and then the Belle Isle. As soon as Belle Isle, we came out with that. And it's kind of crazy. Belle Isle's got a crazy cool story, and I know one of you guys said it was your all-time favorite. I think it was Joe. That came out of my shower, Joe. That's exactly where Belle Isle came from. It was a combination of Kalkaska soap, bar soap that we used to have, called Kalkaska. It was blood orange and bergamot. And then I had our lavender shampoo. And I was showering in these mix of scents in the steam. And I was like, I got to get to the lab, like a crazy, weird scientist. Wow. Went to the lab, mixed these 2 scents together, and I'm like, it's done. It's complete.
That's awesome, dude.
So some of these things come from you using your own products in a mix, and you're like, I got to have these together. Well, I'm really considering smashing black and Belle Isle together for a scent. But it's hard to do that. They stand alone. They're both, again, in the top list of scents we have. So I can't really do that effectively.
First butter I've ever owned, was black. It's the only butter period that I've ever gone through, the whole thing. I still have the bottle.
I was going to say, the only product that I've ever gone through in its entirety, oil, balm butter, Belle Isle. And I'm already maybe close to halfway through my second 4, and that's a 4 ounce, and I'm almost halfway through my second 4 ounce Belle Isle. So
yeah, I mean, we tear through it over here, and my boy, who you saw here, he loves Belle Isle. It's funny because I put the Sturgis, I'm telling you guys I've been wearing it recently. The first time he smelled it, he's like, well, that smells different. Like he wasn't used to it. It's not how his dad smells. You know what I'm saying? So it was so alien to him. But within a day or two, he was all about it. But it's like he's just used to me smelling like Belle Isle and black. So.
So Mike, my brother, I texted him. I go, dude, you're missing it. I was like, I'm giving you love, and your hero is in here. So my brother is in here, and he's saying Detroit is the S.
It's a whole bunch of T's.
Those are a lot of T's. You should have probably hit the H instead, but I'm not going to correct you. I'm terrible. You should have heard me on the opening of this thing, but thank you, Steve.
I would have hit the I's. I would have been like, the she.
That would have been better. Yeah.
No T's at all. Like, let them figure it out.
Right.
Shiba Inu, what was it going to be? But Steve, you are also the yes.
T's.
Too many T's. They got no runway.
Yeah, Steve. I was telling Mike that I give you a whole bunch of There we go. That I give you a whole bunch of stuff, and I ask you if we've beaten Detroit Grooming yet, and in your mind, and he always tells me no. So huge DGC fan. Steve, what is your favorite scent? I actually don't know this.
Yeah, Steve, tell us.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, fire away.
I'm gonna say Corktown.
I'm gonna say 313, but I don't know. I know he loves the. What's that?
How long has he been a fan?
Oh, at least a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Corktown as well. And I'm only again because it's that's your top of the line. That's your Rolls Royce. Let's see what happens here.
We'll see.
He's got the whole line. Corktown versus 313. Okay. Well, that's a good enough answer for me, Steve. I realize how much of a fan you are. I really appreciate it.
Steve, we're live on the. Let's go. What's your favorite?
Yeah, he's people pleasing. He's people pleasing. I'm in.
Right.
Heck yeah, Copper Johns. Thank you, man. Thank you, everybody who's in here, shouting out all of our delicious, wonderful scents. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I hope you continue to enjoy what we have and what we have on offer, throughout the year and beyond. So I'm pretty excited. He's Steve's number 2 now. Yeah.
Great product for Sirius, though. It is, man.
Yeah. You guys having another one of these lightning rounds, or
Joe, do you want to finish off with a lightning round, Joe, or do you want to bring up one of our topics we have for tonight? It's your call, brother.
All right, so I'm curious of this. What's your biggest non-Detroit grooming related fear or phobia? So no business. I know everyone's always says the fear of like failing my business and stuff like that. Putting the business aside, if you have one, what's your biggest fear or phobia?
I love this question, and I think the answer is a really simple one. I think most people experience this, but before I answer the question, I'm going to take you on a little walk, Joe. Mm-hmm. So here's the deal. I think a lot of people say, fear of failure and stuff like that. First of all, failure doesn't scare me in the slightest compared to what I'm actually afraid of. Not even a little bit. And the thing I'm actually afraid of, outside of anything else, are freaking spiders. Okay, spiders are the.
Me too,
dude. I can't do it. It can be this big, and it will elicit an entire body worth of sweat in a single instant, and then the fear starts shaking. Your legs don't work anymore; they turn into jelly. Little stinking spider. And I could talk smack right now because there isn't one in like close proximity. But if there was, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'll tell you that right now.
Can we see your just saw a spider face? Like what's that look like?
I just saw a spider face. Okay, here it is.
You're gone. You're out of here.
Yeah, that's why I just saw a spider face.
So yeah, spiders are my number one fear.
Antichrist. That
my wife has to kill any spider that is observed in this house.
And Joe, I don't want anybody giving you flack either for that. All right.
I don't care. I'm already the biggest heel of the bearded community because of my hatred of peanut butter. Yeah. Because I think LeBron is better than Jordan. I get enough hate so they can hate me on that too. I do not care.
Joe, listen, you're wrong about the other ones, but on this spider deal, you are absolutely you're spot on. Okay. I back you on that 100%. I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with it.
Kyle, what's yours?
Yes, Steve. Yes. These guys.
Yeah.
And actually, if you guys have the DGC app, the Detroit Grooming app, I can't do hands. If you guys have grooming hands, if you guys have the Detroit Grooming app, you can download it right now if you don't, and you can hop on and buy these right now. So they are available right now. And they're limited edition, limited quantity, the whole bit. So when they're gone, we'll see you next year, maybe, depending.
I don't want to brag, but when I downloaded your app, I was your very first Google review, just so you know, for your app.
Joe, I got to send you a check for that, man. You got to give me your address.
And just so you know, it was 5 stars.
Just sign it. About the dollar amount.
Just send you 2 checks. How many checks you want, Joe? Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Why didn't you ever tell me that? That's a point of pride.
I wanted to wait for a special moment like this.
And
Joe,
here we are.
send Mike a signed 8x10,
That's all I want.
and Mike will hang it.
I will.
That picture behind you guys, I would put it like this. Okay, I'd hang it right here, so that every live stream I'd have Kyle and Joe like the angel and devil on the shoulder.
That's awesome.
And I'm not going to tell
That's
either
awesome.
of you because we just had that moral dilemma earlier. So we're not.
So let me bring this up to conclude us out. This is what I want to conclude on, because I've been noticing this the last 6 months, and it's unbelievable. I can't believe it. And Joe, I know you don't have kids yet, but I want to hear you chime in because I know you've seen stuff. How old's your son, Mike?
He's 6.
6. Okay. So my son's 2.5. So we just started watching movies. Like, he's like, he has the patience is getting there.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how non-PC the kids' movies and shows were when we were growing up.
Oh yeah.
So, wow, it's unbelievable. So I'm watching The Lion King with him. Like, it's The Lion King. When Simba runs away after his dad dies, the hyenas, they're like, "You ever come back, we'll kill you." I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Have you noticed this?
Dude,
Disney movies have all cryptic messages.
Super filthy. I mean, not super filthy like a filthy movie, but super filthy in the way that you don't want to show it to your kid. I think like some of the ratings that they have on some of these shows and movies are completely misinformed. I don't know who's rating some of these movies, but honestly, I don't even enjoy them like after I have the mental fortitude to understand what's happening. I have one of my good friends who loves like Disney movies and loves like Lion King and stuff like that. And I like the movie. I mean, I like The Lion King. My kid watches the show. It's called Lion Guard, and that's way better because it's like literally made for kids. That Lion King's made for adults, bro. I wouldn't show that to my kid. I wouldn't show it to him now, and he's 6. I don't want him absorbing that kind of. But he watches Ninja Turtles. He watches like we watched the other weekend. We watched some Star Wars as well, like the original trilogy. Like there's weird stuff in there. I mean, he's cutting off dudes' hands and some, but it's like what you're willing to accept. If I'm watching a cartoon, it puts you down a gear and you're not expecting to get hit in the face. Like Finding Nemo, for instance, right in the beginning, he says Nemo, when his mom dies or gets eaten by a shark or whatever, he turns to his dad on his way to school or something. He's like, "I hate you, Dad." And I'm like, you know what? This movie, I'm not watching this with my kid. I'm not because first of all, I don't know what Nemo's problem was in that moment. His dad was being very caring and loving, so I don't want to give my kid an out at some point when I'm trying to hug him and like calm him down. He's gonna be like, "I hate you." No, it's garbage.
Yeah, because the new stuff these days.
Oh yeah, Charlie. Yeah,
it's so PC. And I'm watching, I think it was either Toy Story 2 or it might have been The Lion King. It doesn't matter. But they were like, "You're a girl. You can't do that." I'm like,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all very interesting, man. It's all very interesting. And this is why YouTube yet again comes to save the day. We have some amazing streamers, dudes and ladies who play video games or just like fine-tuned to like kids. And you can watch these super wholesome videos. You don't need that freaking processed garbage. I mean, I look at that the same way I look at like potato chips and food that's kind of unhealthy for you. It's fun. You jump in. There are consequences to those things. You need to really kind of like, even with like Finding Nemo, the reason why I caught that in the beginning is because I started it myself and I wanted to watch it before he watched it. And this was back when he was 4 years old, so it's not like I'm like he's 15 and I'm gonna monitor everything. But while they're forming their own understanding of the world, you want to give them a pure experience that doesn't have them like immediately change. Because when you see something like someone lash out, say something untoward or aggressive in some way, they change. You see it immediately. It doesn't take any time. Kids absorb everything. They're like freaking sponges. People say that, but it's true. So you go to screen something and just watch it yourself first, so you can kind of like get the idea. And that's what I think at the end of the day, what PG actually means, like parental guidance. I feel like it's not just that you're sitting there and talking them through whatever they're watching. It's that you've observed it first, made sure that it was something that you feel is going to be okay for your kid to watch, and that it won't change them in any dark, demeaning ways either, because they'll struggle. They struggle with ideas that they don't understand, which is why you have ratings in the first place. You know, they're going to see death in a particular light. Like, does that happen? You know, are we full of blood? Like, what, you know, you can just, they're going to learn that, but they're going to learn it in appropriate steps where their minds can handle that information. You can't just dump trash on your kid and think it's not going to affect them. It absolutely will.
I know. I was shocked. Are you a movie, like, personally, not like your son? Are you a movie fan?
I love them. Yeah, I love them. I'm a superhero movie star. Anything about stars, like Star Wars, Star Trek, anything about space at all. I'm all about it, and I love sci-fi. I grew up in a household where my dad told me Star Wars was evil, so I never watched it. You know, but again, that was him. You know, trying to watch over me in some ways. But I, you know, as I got older, it was like, okay, I kind of want to watch this thing everybody always talks about, and he just wouldn't have any of it. He'd rather, you know, have to watch something else. So I didn't get to watch that till I was like out of the house, basically. Wow. And when the first time I watched Star Wars, I was like, holy smokes, like this is everything I ever could imagine that I wanted in my whole life. And then it kind of changed me over time, because that kind of attempt to conceal when you're getting older and you're having understanding, and now you're beyond that rating system, and you can not only absorb the information but dissect it and understand it, that when you get blocked from those kinds of things, it almost has this reverse pendulum effect where you know, I wasn't watching any of that stuff, and now that's all I watch, and I'm, you know, it's just part of my life. I enjoy it so much. But I tell you a funny story real quick here, because I know everybody wants to go to bed. It's 10:30. But I went to visit my dad in Florida a few years ago, and they're from here. They go down there. My dad has a shop down there, a garage. They work on cars, fix cars. Him and my brother, and my sister's down there as well. Went to visit him, and we're standing out. It was nighttime in Florida, beautiful night, perfect night, nice and cool, not too crazy, humid or anything. And he has that barbecue egg, which you guys, I'm sure, familiar with this egg shape. Shish kebab, you name it. It's on the grill, cooking. It smells amazing. And I look up and I see, and at this point, like, I'm so versed in like the sky and what's happening at nighttime and any given point in the year, that I looked up and I saw Jupiter and Saturn, you know, kind of like offset in the sky. And if you look straight up, you could see these two planets. And it's incredible because it was so dark in where they live that you can see everything so clear. And then these two very bright points, which were obviously planets or wandering stars. So I put my arm around my dad and I said, look up there. That's Jupiter and Saturn. Isn't that crazy that we can see planets like with our naked eye? And you know what my dad told me? I don't give a shit about that stuff. I thought it was hilarious. You guys are not laughing. I thought it was hilarious. I was dying.
Wow.
My dad through and through to his bones. He doesn't care about space and all that stuff. But he had
clearly.
And I was like, hey, I'm having this moment with my dad. You know, look at these planets. And he's like, I don't care about that stuff. So
well,
so
it's
look right at you.
Like that hit home because my dad, and Kyle knows this, my dad, he's such a funny guy to talk about because he's the true definition of what a meat potatoes guy is. I mean, so he, like, you know, we didn't go on like really many like family vacations and things like this. And a couple years back, him and my mom decided to go to
Punta Cana.
Yeah, Punta Cana. And my dad, you know, I was like, are you sure you want to, you know, do a vacation like that? Like, don't you want to start off maybe something a little bit, you know, less exotic to kind of get your feet wet? Because we're just not
0 to 100.
Yeah, right.
No, and he's like, no, we're doing it. And he gets up, and so he comes back, and I'm like, so how was the trip? And he was like, you know, it fucking sucked. And I'm like, why? And he's like, the food was awful. And I'm like, what do you mean? How is the food awful? And he got off the plane looking for the first Longhorn Steakhouse that he could find.
That's awesome.
The guy won't even eat. The guy won't even step foot into like a Chipotle. He wants nothing to do with it.
Hard shade of blue.
He headed right into the place that made Chipotle, like made it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've tried to get him to try like different stuff. Like he's the guy that will tell you that putting ribs in the oven is better than smoking them, and you can't win. And you can't win.
Stuff is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
He knows it.
I had to explain to him what a smoke ring was because he thought it was because the meat wasn't cooked.
Why is it purple?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
dude, that is outstanding. Well, stuff he wouldn't understand unless his wonderful son brought him up to speed. Right? So he's counting on you.
The thing is, I mean, it's not like I don't try.
Oh, Joe, you got to tell this. A comment.
Oh, I mean, he likes it. I mean, I don't even think Devin likes his steak as well done as my dad.
Actually, real quick, Joe, to this point, years ago, my little brother's high school graduation party, we did a just backyard barbecue with the family, blah, blah, blah. Big Joe, he's like, hey, I like my burger real well done. I'm like, no problem, man. Come back in like 5 minutes. And he's like, oh, that's not well done enough. I'm like, no problem. Kept it on the top rack, cooking normally. He's like, oh, that's not well done enough. He came back like 4 times. He likes like char on the outside on like a steak or a burger. Purple. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. That's if his steak doesn't resemble a car tire.
Right. Yeah. Too funny.
Yeah. One of the best experiences was taking him to hibachi for the first time. I thought he was going to lose his ever-loving mind.
That's a whole experience. You're right.
Oh.
By Scott Crawford.
Yeah.
See you, Scott. That's funny. All right, fellas. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we call it a night? But Mike, man, thank you so much for being here, dude. This was so much fun. Love Detroit Grooming. Your products are unbelievable, but you're even a better human being, man. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much, man. And again, everybody in here, thank you very much for having jumped in. These guys are amazing. If you're not liking or following or subscribing or hitting the notification bell, you got some thinking to do. And you better do it, okay? I'm telling you. But you guys are amazing. Thank you very much for having me on. And to all our great customers, and I just can't thank you enough for this incredible journey. You are the wind beneath my wings. I mean that. And someone wrote a song, and you can go listen to it, and it's me singing it to you because I love you guys. Thank you very much, you guys.
And remember, you can go on the Detroit Grooming app and pick up your Sturgis products right now. If you don't have the app, they will be releasing on the website tomorrow. Do not miss out on the Mackinac and the Sturgis.
How dare you call it Mackinac, Joe? You know better.
No? Did I say it wrong?
Yeah, you said Mackinac.
You said Mackinac. Oh. Dude, I can't get these things right.
Mackinac. I am so sorry. The Mackinac. That was such a rookie move. Yep. And yes, Beer Talk 15. We do have a discount code.
Wolf.
No kickback, just for you guys to enjoy. 15% off. So
15% off.
Go ahead.
But if you want to share the products with us, we'll take those.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do that for you guys.
I was joking, Mike. I was talking to everyone else, dude. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it.
Serious. I even think I was reminded to send you guys a set, and I just completely, again, so many crazy things going on. It completely slipped my mind. So you guys look forward to your mailbox, and whoever won, I don't remember who it was, but look forward to that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll follow up with him. Make sure he did his thing.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Hey, man. Take care. Be safe. Good luck with tomorrow. It's a big day for you. And thank you to Liz who came in here. And thank you guys for everyone for being in, spending another night with us. If you enjoyed it, please come back. Please share. But other than that, guys, be safe.
Cousins out.
See ya.